Day 21, we're on the third week, and this is the third official weigh-in. Not expecting miracles, but we'll see what happens here. 265 and a half, so just a pound down from last week's official weigh-in. I've been trying to be good and not do this every day, but I have snuck in a couple in between, and it fluctuates. I mean, it's fluctuating 6-7 pounds sometimes day to day. So, not bad. Let's get on with the day.
So yeah, good start so far to day 21. A little bit of weight loss there, and I know it's fluctuating up and down. I'm not concerned about that. I'm in the right direction, so completely happy there. You can see behind me, I did get a cool bike, and I'll go over that in a minute. Oh, and I got new glasses today. Took 4 weeks to come in. I'm going to do a separate video, a little review of the company I used for this. Overall, very happy. The prescription is spot on. That's what's really important to me, especially as a photographer. My left eye had changed, so I had gotten a new exam just over a month ago. So they just came in today. And it's going to be a little learning curve for me because these are very different from my previous frames, which I'd been wearing for better 10 years. Same frames. So just getting used to the different fit. These are a little bit higher up on my bridge. Fits perfectly though. I mean, I have no complaints so far. Beautiful vision up close, near sight. I can look under these a lot easier because they actually are farther away from my eyes, which I appreciate because I have very long eyelashes and sometimes I would hit my lenses on my old ones. But my old ones I couldn't focus closer than a foot very easily through the glasses, and now I can just look down. You know, if I'm looking at something and I'm not looking through the glasses, and it's perfect. So these are going to be really cool. But let's go over the bike. It's hanging here right now because I need to do a ton of setup on it. I bought it new and bought it at Sports Authority, which I might add is full of dumbasses. We go there, there's no one there to service the bike department at all, which is fine because I really didn't need help, but you know, just the fact that there's nobody there, that tells you about the store right away. So I went in with the intentions of buying a lower level bike. First of all, oh my God, sticker shock on buying bikes. No joke. The last time I bought one new was like 20 some years ago, and I was heavy into biking. I'm a bike guy, all right? That's not in question. But back then, front suspensions were brand new. I mean, they were just coming on the market. I remember my local shop, I think they had one, maybe two display models of third-party suspensions that were available, and they were astronomically expensive. But back then, my brand of choice was Giant. I can't even remember the model numbers I had, but I mean, they were the top of the line at the time, and they were like $400 for the best of the best, you know? Heavy-duty, mountain biking, every kind of upgrade you could do. Ow, our hurts. Oh, that was weird. Just holding the phone out here. Big shooting pain. Anyway, I'm getting old. Anyway, back then, $400 bought you the best of the best. And now that doesn't even get you in the door, seriously. So I looked at the recreational bikes, you know, the crap you can get at like Walmart or whatever for $100, $150, and it's just junk. I mean, the frames, they'd be okay for puttering around the streets or whatever, but the hardware on them, the derailleurs, the seat posts, the pedals, the bearings, chain gear, that crap I would be changing because it would be breaking within months. I know this. So that wasn't even an option. So I found online, I compared all the brands and whatnot. I'm not doing any kind of competitions. I'm not doing any kind of serious off-road mountain biking. I'm just doing pavement, light trails. Okay, that's what I want to do. It's mainly for exercise and fun, and that's what I did before. So I looked into some dual sport bikes, but I know that once I get into that kind of a road where you don't get the real beefy components, the smoother tires, that again would be great for just light exercise, but if I do want to really have some fun with it, I can get into trouble with those dual sports. So went straight to mountain bikes. It seems like most of the brands, even my old standby Giant, they've gone crazy. Like, they only service competition people. Talking bikes, $8,000, $9,000, $1,500, $2,000. That is just crazy. Now, I did come up to speed. Obviously, I had a couple decades worth of information to catch up on. Luckily, things really haven't changed that much. You have suspensions, which are pretty simple. They're just really dumbed down motorcycle components, basically, and I'm used to those. So I had a choice between front only or front and rear. Don't need front and rear, not doing any downhill racing or serious mountain biking, so I just looked at what's called a hardtail, which is a front suspension with a normal non-suspension rear. And that covers the vast majority of bikes out there. And between that, you're just basically looking at how much suspension travel you have. I'm a heavy guy, so I wanted a lot, so I got the larger size of 100 millimeter travel in the front. And we can see that over here. That's the distance here. The cheaper bikes, they go half or less. So when I sit on it, I mean, this is immediately going to compress a little bit. These have what are called preload adjusters, so I can basically put pressure on an internal spring so that that takes up my weight, and I still have all this travel. And that's basically for comfort. I'm not doing racing, like I said, but I have ridden bikes. Like, my wife had some crappy, Walmart bikes, and they even had cheap suspensions on them. And it was just more comfortable, just puttering around the road. Soaks up the little bumps, so why not have it? Virtually every bike has it. The other cool thing I got is a model with 29-inch wheels as opposed to 26. Now, this seems to be a recent trend. There wasn't any such thing as larger wheels when I was riding last time. And what the larger wheels do is gives you, again, a more comfortable ride, slightly faster ride because you have a larger diameter. And if I do take it on trails or whatnot, it really goes over debris better. So, hey, why not get that? Let's see, what else has really improved? Brakes. The disc brakes, those are new. Those were not even conceived of when I was riding last. And a lot of mid to upper models had them. And they were basically, they're just like little tiny motorcycle parts. You got little tiny brake pads and you've got discs. So I definitely got a model with those. And those should really prolong stopping power and give more consistent results. That's as opposed to pads that rub on the side of the wheel frame. And the wheels, these are very beefy double wall wheels, so again, way more than I need for exercise, but I don't have to worry about, there's nothing on this bike that I'm ever conceivably going to want to upgrade or replace. Everything should last, whatever I want to do to it, it's going to do. Excellent hardware components. SRAM, Shimano. It's just, everything works. Everything's there. It's ready to go. But, like I said, it is not set up at all. On the floor, I checked them out. This was the only large frame model they had. Luckily, they had one. It wasn't bad. It was a $550 bike, which, that's just insane sticker shock to me. Back then, this would be, $350. It's not an especially light frame. There's nothing special about the frame. It's heavy aluminum. My bikes 20 years ago were a lot lighter than this thing. But I noticed just getting on it, making sure it was the right size and everything, that it needed to be set up. The shifters, the derailleurs, they were way out of alignment. So get it up through to pay, and first of all, it's $549 in the store. This is at Sports Authority. And on the website, it's $499. I'm like, all right, well, they got this huge sign right when you come in the store about the price match guarantee. All right, so no problem. So I wheel it up to the cashier, and I immediately say, I just want to make sure that the right price comes up because your website says it's $499. And they also had a 20% off any one item coupon, which I printed out, and that was good for the next day or two. So, that really gave me the incentive to buy it right now, but it was only good off, the limited time. So I came in and ran over there in between an appointment, rolled it up. She's like, oh, I don't know. She has a new cashier. Let me switch my arm here. Okay, that's better. Man, my shoulder's hurting from holding my arm out like this. That's sad. Anyway, get up to the cashier, and she's like, oh, I don't know. She calls over her manager. And this guy's a dick. He's like, no, we're not going to match that. That's the online price. I hold up the phone with their website. I'm like, this is your website. He's like, no, that's just, well, that's before shipping and everything too. I said, shipping's free. It's right here. It says it. Any order over $75, free shipping. Oh, so he calls his manager. Do you care if we take off $50 to match our online price? Okay, we'll do it. It's like, seriously, dude. Get with it. Get with the times. This is your own freaking website. So he's like, okay, well, I got to take it back, get it set up, be 5 minutes. 20 minutes later, comes out exactly the same. I don't think they did a damn thing to it. I'm like, whatever, I just want to go. I was late as it is. So I got it home and had to go to the next appointment, and it's terrible. Can't even ride it. I have to do a complete setup on it. Cable position's in the wrong place. High and low stops are set wrong. Mid adjustment isn't correct. I mean, it's terrible. The rear one doesn't seem too bad. I need to check its alignment, but the front one is unusable. But other than that, I'm really excited. It's got nice aluminum pedals. Models down below have plastic. Those are never good. Nice seat on it. It's got a little bit of a give. Something I'm not used to is these new kind of valve stems. Back when I was riding, every bike used standard Schrader valves, just like on your car. And these new ones, which are bicycle only, I can't remember the name of them, they're smaller. So I've got to get a dedicated bike pump or see if I can find an adapter for my compressor just to put air in this guy. But now remembering everything else I have to buy from back in the day. I need a pair of cycling gloves. I prefer the kind that just have the padded palms and open fingers, because these grips, if you try to use these or any kind of mountain bike grip on raw hands, you will have blisters straight away. Very good grips, but not for raw skin. And I definitely need a pair of cycling shorts. They've got some really cool ones out now. I looked at some at the store there, but they were ridiculous. They wanted $50-$60 for a pair, but they had really nice padding in them and everything. So I'm going to look online, find a good pair at Amazon, and probably find a little bag that goes under the seat. I like to carry a toolkit and some emergency supplies and things like that. And get a water bottle holder, just the normal bolt-on stuff. But the cool thing is this frame has all the mount points for adding accessories, and I don't have to add bands or anything. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to spend about a half an hour setting this up and go for a test spin, and then I'm going to be shopping for some accessories. And my leg's starting to feel a little bit better. It's still a little sore just walking around this morning. So we'll see how long. It shouldn't be more than a few days. It's never taken more than a week to get back to normal. But it was swollen up really bad last night for some reason. I was out doing another video for my other channel, and just sitting out back in the chair, man, the thing was just throbbing and stabbing pains down my kneecap. But it's better this morning, so we're on the right track. No walking for a little while here. Alright, so that's day 21. I'm going to get this bike set up, have a little fun with it today, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.